Watching a pickup basketball game can tell you a lot about a mass shooter's mentality. During a pickup basketball game, where there are multiple courts, there's always a good side and a bad side. If you watch the bad side, you always notice that one person who's obviously too good for that side and should be playing on the good side, where the people are more talented, but doesn't because he doesn't want the challenge. He just wants the glory of winning games. It's the classic big fish in a small pond syndrome, where the individual wants all of the reward and none of the challenge. A lot of people suffer from this in many categories of their life. The college guy who only dates high school girls, the gamer that only uses cheat codes, the decently attractive girl who only hangs out with ugly girls to make herself more attractive. And on a more gruesome level, mass shooters. Mass shooters are pathetically non-confrontational. They pick their targets like sexual predators pick their victims, weak and defenseless. A gun-free zone to a mass shooter is like an online preteen chat room to a sexual predator, except when a mass shooter shows up to a target's location, he isn't worried about running into Chris Hansen concealed carrying an HKP-30 and a camera crew. Gun-free zones are mass shooters' utopia, fields of victims to choose from without any immediate repercussions. It's quite literally the equivalent of a Grand Theft Auto 5 invincibility cheat code, where your character is allowed to create as much carnage as possible in 5 minutes before his time is up and the cops show up to kill him. Gun-free zones are the world's greatest placebo effect. When people hear gun-free zones, images of laser force fields and robot sentinels with laser cannons and futuristic magnetic contraptions that can detect a gun from a mile away comes to mind. But in reality, gun-free zones are a sign in a glass window with words on it. If burglar alarms and beware of dog signs don't stop criminals from breaking into houses, what makes you think a person who wakes up in the morning knowing he wants to kill as many people as possible is going to change his mind because of a sign in a window? He's about to commit mass murder. Breaking a gun-free zone law is but a wooden board on the house of carnage he's about to build. When this person starts shooting, we call good men to make it stop. But we don't call them only because they're good men. We call them because they have guns. Think about how ridiculous it would be for a citizen standing outside a gun-free zone building during a mass shooting who wants to help to take his gun off before entering the building to try to stop the shooting. Saying we should get rid of gun-free zones sounds almost blasphemous to a group of people who play by the rules and obey laws. But we have to remember that we're dealing with monsters who laugh at laws and take advantage of good people. But that's harder to do when those good people are armed.